Hey, yo, man, what's been going on, guys? It has been a long time, and I mean a long time since your boy has blessed you with a video, but we back. Got a few updates to share with you, but other than that, let's not keep it too long-winded. Yo, so to kick the updates off, your boy has had kids. Yes, I am a father. I have got two daughters, two twin girls. If you follow me on anything else, you would already know this because I also do a podcast with a few of my friends called the Popscast or just Popscast, take the D out. So yeah, that's just primarily where I've been for a bit. I still been over on Twitch a little bit, just as much as I can, but that's only just been here recently. Nothing too hard hitting, nothing too crazy. But yeah, man, this new season of anime has kicked off and it has been phenomenal. But what we're here to talk about today is Danmachi. Is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? Currently going on episode 4. Episode 3 just previously came out already. Episodes 1, 2, and 3 are out. If you can watch them on your favorite provider or whatever site you choose to get it from, allegedly, we don't condone that. Support your favorite material, you know what I'm saying? But let's get into it. We get into episode 1 and everything seems just fine. We see the squads back: Belle, Hestia, Wise, Lily. Everybody's doing good. We even got Kitsune Bay. You know what I'm saying? Kitsune Bay, she's a part of the squad. She's part of the house now. So that's been a thing. I also read through the light novel from previous, because I've been making that a thing now. I'm gonna read through the light novels after we finish the seasons just to see what's happening or to see what's been cut out, and it held up. The light novel for season 2 held in place right along with the writing, so I was not disappointed, because I usually do get disappointed when things like that happen. But all in all, everything seems good. We're looking like, the world's back in the groove, but we're trying to figure out where things are going to go from here. And lo and behold, being in the dungeon, I think this is actually the first time Belle actually did the exact thing the title of the damn show is called. He picked up a girl in a dungeon, Now, here's where it gets tricky. Has it been wrong? In this case, it might be, because apparently she was being chased by some very unsavory individuals prior to her rescue, and Belle hit her because people were looking for her. I can't pronounce the proper term of what she actually is called. I'm gonna break this down as I go. I'm not just gonna throw it all out there. I do believe the correct word for it is Vivir. It's VO. I'm terrible at words, so yeah, you have to forgive you, boy. But she's basically a new breed of creature that doesn't get seen in the dungeon. It's really rare, and they're dangerous. They have a hated relationship for the creatures inside the dungeon from the upper layer of the world. As when Belle shows her to the rest of the party, they're like, yo, step back from that creature, X, Y, and Z, get away, that's a monster. Everyone has this really hard, disdain, disgusting look in their face, but Belle only sees that, hey, this is a person who's in danger and needs my help. He doesn't look at this as though it's somebody who could potentially rip his arm or anything else off. Lo and behold, he finally calms the situation down and is able to get them to get her out of the dungeon, which at first I was unsure how the hell that was going to work. I'm like, yo, how are they going to get her out of the dungeon? She is technically still a monster. Is there something put in place that allows monsters to not travel outside of the dungeon? But that was not the case. They then get her out of the dungeon, this young dragon-like girl who we see, or she looks more like a salamander. She has bluish features, scales, a tail, really sharp talons, and for the most part, she doesn't look like though she can communicate, but she can understand human speech. And they get her back to see Hestia. Hestia's asking questions, which then spawns this whole city-wide search or gathering for information regarding what could she be? What is this? Even the gods, I believe Hestia even quoted, even the gods sometimes don't know exactly what goes on 100% in the world, because, as much as they can see everything, there's still some things that can happen which generally catch them by surprise, which I believe is why they came down to Earth in the first place, just to be more interactive, to catch a lot more rather than from watching up on high. And yeah, young girl gets a name, they name her. they name her Weenie. I thought it was Weenie at first because I thought it was Weenie at first because I had the subtitles. I had the volume turned down. I'm like, why they call her Weenie? And then like I turned it up. Weenie. Okay, but it's still a very odd name. So even sometimes whenever they say her name, I'm thinking Super Winnie Hut Jr., Super Winnie Hut General. Just SpongeBob randomly pops up in my head. But Weenie, they give her a name. But the first thing she learned how to say was Belle's name from hearing everyone else say Belle so much. So she learned how to say Belle's name, which I thought was real cute and innocent. And she's very attached to Belle, almost like, you know, he's a father figure to her, even though Belle's still a young boy. But you know, this how that goes with these type of shows, because he is the main character. He is the apple of everyone's eye, and they all are biting for his attention and time. So I do not know how this is going to play out, because I do see some potential headbutts coming with Hestia and Lily in regards to they're the chibis in the house, and now there's another chibi who's even more innocent than they are, because she truly is very innocent to a fault. She has nothing other than her primal instincts to fall back on, but her humanity is that much of someone who's really pure. So breaking past in episode 2, which gets us into, again, as I said, them trying to figure out what she is, and this massive search, and only sharing this information with a select few of trusted people who, you know, we generally know are the people who align themselves with the Hestia family. And it's a lot of shady shit going on behind the scenes, because no one knows exactly what's happening, because we then see stuff with Hermes and some of his people in regards to knowing about this. And then, you know, I'm just like, yo, I really want to read this really bad, and I'm not trying to spoil it for myself. And also, people, for anyone who's listening, if you make it this far, please understand that, again, this is me just trying to touch base and let you know that things are getting ready to roll again, and we're going to get caught back up. We're going to continue our usual format, or if this is your first time watching, this is me just trying to blitz through 3 episodes in the best way I can if you haven't already watched it, without saying too much, because once I get to doing episode 4 on after, it'll be breakdowns in a proper format that will be a lot better than this. So, you know, just bear with your boy, and I appreciate you if you've made it this far. You know, leave a thumbs up if you've made it this far, or comment saying, yo, welcome back, what's good, say hey if you're new, anything like that. So in addition to all of this, there's this whole blow up where Weenie gets discovered in the city, and then boom, hell ensues. People panic. There's chaos. People are running towards the guild like, you know, someone got hurt. All this crazy things. And in light of that, Belle did also get hurt. I forgot to mention that Belle got hurt earlier by Weenie, because she was really ecstatic between her tasting fruits with him and like a small little picnic with Kitsune Bay. You know what I'm saying? And she ripped his arm to shreds, but you know, that's because she has claws and talons, and they got your girl right. They got Weenie right. They filed everything down. They made it so that she couldn't harm anybody, because they knew she wasn't intentionally trying to. It's just, I mean, what do you expect? No one doesn't have a manicure. What are you gonna do? The nails are gonna keep growing, and they're really sharp. She's a creature. So fast forwarding, we're jumping into episode 3. Shit hits the fan when there's a request given by the guild, not more so just a quest, but a mission to take Weenie into the 20th floor, which I believe is past where they found her, I believe on the 18th or the 19th floor of the dungeon, which, you know, the squad's getting down there. They are getting in that thing, and they're starting to really show their efforts. Everyone's working cohesively as a team and really putting in their best efforts. And I look forward to seeing more of what abilities that they will eventually have, because we know Belle's going to end up OP. We know Belle will end up OP with Argonaut. That's just my predictions. Even though I haven't read ahead, I know my mans will be OP, and I try not to look at any information regarding Argonaut just so I don't spoil it for myself. And once they get to the 20th floor, Hestia has a secret meeting with another god, Oranos, who I want to say he's like the man who runs the dungeon. Like, would he be the god of the games, or he's the god who basically controls the dungeon? He works hand in hand with the guild, or he could be the god of guilds or whatever. I'll have to do more research on Oranos and like probably start doing some breakdowns and such as I get time. But yeah, and we get from there to him having this meeting with Hestia, and Hestia and him basically saying to her, and we also hear him have this same he makes the same initial statement with another person earlier in the show when he's kind of revealed, but we don't know who he is, that he has hopes for Belle or the Hestia family with the potential Fourth, bringing relationship with humans and creatures. He says, you know, that's kind of where his heart or where his mindset is. Like they believe that they could foster or be that bridge between the human and monster world, because there's a new breed of creature that, as rare as it is, they're calling them the Xenos, which are the intelligent creatures who, like Wine, are rather smart, and they are a wide variety of creatures, and not all of them can actually talk. We've seen a few who don't speak, you know, so there is that. But with that being in mind, they get into the dungeon. The squad finally gets her over to the secret location, or they discovered once they got to the location that was marked for them to be there, there was nothing there. And then they go and they see the rest of the Xenos and have a, what did Lid call it? A challenge of sorts. The other Xenos wanted to challenge Bell and them just to see if they were worthy enough to protect, you know, their kin, or if they would be like every other adventurer who would just probably leave her by the wayside, which, you know, they don't know the squad. The squad is not like that. Bell is not like that. So yeah, they had to give it to him for the one time. Bell literally used Argonaut, and I thought he damn near killed this man, or the Lid, who's the lizard man. He punched him through a damn wall. I was like, whoa. And then he gets up laughing, and this whole time I'm thinking the creatures are like possessed or some ish, but no, this was kind of intentional. This was very intentional. And yeah, that's, you know, they ask Winnie her name, and, you know, Belle and Lid shake hands. And trust me, I'm leaving a lot of information out. People, please do not take this as I'm giving. This is not the whole review. I'm just giving a brief summary of sorts to just kind of, you know, again, get myself back in to the groove. So yeah, look forward coming to episode 4 when we do a proper video review and breakdown. Sorry for my mumbling. And I will holler at y'all folks later. You know, be patient with your boy. As I said, I have 2 kids, new daddy status, so the likelihood of how frequently we can pump content out, that'll be something that's coming. But we also are getting a podcast up with me and my homie, the A&M Kickback. You know, we're gonna be talking about just basically the same thing we do here, but more so on a wider spectrum of things and shows, or just what's going on in the anime and manga community, things like that, or just whatever we feel like at the general time. So other than that, man, if you haven't already, and if you made it this far, leave a thumbs up, leave a comment, say what's good, say hey, welcome back. Don't say nothing, give it a thumbs down if you didn't like it. Other than that, but I appreciate it. Y'all be blessed, man. Peace.